Then bold. This is what, my lord, I have replied in the reply affidavit also, saying what I do is right. Nobody could question it. So this bold one is given everywhere. I'll read it only once. Final decision of the subject expert committee on the objection raised by the petitioner in the writ petition. Final decision of the subject committee, that this is what they would say. My lord, this question, they have supporting material. They filed the rules itself at page number 34, 35.
Yes.
The preliminary, we will, the supersession, etc., we'll skip for a moment. We don't need it.
Yes.
Kindly go to rule number 1, which talks of short title and commencement. This short title is called, these rules may be called the hazardous and other waste management and transboundary movement rules 2016. Begging a question to myself, is this and the question that has been asked one and the same? The answer is no. Then, my lord, when there is already in existence another rule, which I have filed it along with my reply affidavit, I have filed the existing rules, which that could have been definitely superseded. It's a different matter altogether. But as of now, when as in the date when the exam, that those rules were there, the student will be perfectly justified in saying that your question is wrongly framed. Kindly go to page 34 of the reply affidavit, where, my lord, the rules which we say is 2009 is also found, and this matches with the question. GS SO 1799, rule 1.
Yes.
These rules may be called hazardous dismiss, we'll have to allow, and Justice Subhash Reddy's order will have to be rejected. In that backdrop, my lord, His Lordship Justice Gokhale and His Lordship Justice Chalmeshwar, my lord, held this. This judgment was also given to your Lordship by learned friend 9142 or 9. The civil appeal number 9140 of 2023, decided on 7/10/2023. 2013. Well, this is what the court said, my lord. Para number 5. Para number 4. I read para 3 also, my lord. It needs emphasis.
Yes.
After considering the reports of a couple of committees, the High Court arrived at a decision wherein, according to it, the Andhra Pradesh Public Service Commission will have to revise the selection process in accordance with the answer arrived at by the expert committee and issue proper orders. This was the order of the High Court. The High Court directed the Andhra Pradesh Public Service Commission to re-examine the whole issue and consult the UPSC. Being agreed, the Public Service Commission filed this appeal. Even after whatever screening has been done earlier, we find the following 6 questions and their answers to be problematic. It is the specific case of the original petitioners that the key answers given by the Public Service Commission for the 6 questions at serial number so and so are confusing, similar as this case. These questions did not have one clear answer. And that being so, it will be unfair to the candidates that the preliminary examination should be decided by including these 6 questions. By our order passed on the last date, we asked Mr. Diwan to take instructions as to whether these problematic questions could be deleted. So after consulting with the APPSC, they came here. Having heard the learned counsel for the parties, we are of the view that these questions cannot be retained. That being so, the marks secured have to be
this is it not mockery on the recruitment process, and is it not a cruelty on the candidates who are appearing to write the examination time and again? And now if the mains is conducted and finally your lordships have seen, my friend has explained your lordships to key. I brought few of the examples and my friend expanded more because he is concentrated more on the key. But if your lordship sees, unfortunate thing is there are 2 entities, citizens versus a state. And your lordships are always there as an umpire to see what is right or what is wrong. Out of the 2, one is right, the other one is wrong. But unfortunately, here what lordships will see is 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 is staring at them, everybody. But if you do not want to believe the truth and then always want to be under the image that larger than life image, saying that whatever I say is right and others are all wrong. I always am right, but every time you go, you get Puttikailu from the judiciary, but still you want to hold on. But kindly see in this case, Lord, Justice Madhavi Devi gave an order saying that reconduct the examination. They hate, Lord, everybody being told. Lord, take an example of our own family. Lord, there are two sons. One is listening to the parents. The other one, Lord, your lordships are like a parent. We have to obey by lordship's order. They have no interest or respect for the judiciary, and then they go on, Lord, making it litigate. Lord, the matter went up to Supreme Court because they are not able to get orders. They withdrew, and then they came out with the new theory of. Lord, therefore, Lord, leaving all these things, I have taken up to lordship's, Lord. I think Sriwa did not raise. The very cancellation is wrong. Approbate, reprobate, lots of her to give me time. Leaving all these things, just go by the key. If lordships go by the key and go by that particular question, Lord, of articles which is relevant to us.
Yes.
For other subjects, maybe the lordships will keep it. One particular, not if the word not is not there, that articles concerning with economic safeguard of a scheduled caste. Lord, not should not have been. I fail to understand what the paraphernalia of Public Service Commission with such a big building, with hundreds and thousands of people and so-called experts, Lord, expertised in always doing law. Lord, I fail to understand how the Lord Public Service Commission and experts fail in their duty miserably and then call themselves experts and call themselves constitutional body. Lord, what Lord have to see is a naked eye says that is a wrong thing. But now, Lord, one person, if that question is deleted, the whole merit list will change. I am talking about one question like that, Lord, like Karna's.
And for us, for our book, you will say these are all written by some, short of saying, we do not know who they have written. Have they shown any respect to any academician here? Are written by some academician. Who is that academician? And this very same counter affidavit relies upon a research scholar in Maulana Azad Urdu National University. She may be wonderful in that field, I am not saying that. So when you are trying to say, if the same article is published by X, Y, Z, that becomes a Bible for you. If we rely on that Bible, that becomes Salman Rushdie's book. How is it fair? I beg a question to myself. So fairness is the last of the elements which the Public Service Commission believes in. And the classic case is, my lord, this counter affidavit. Since this counter affidavit, they cannot deny, fortunately signed by none other than R. Sumati, who is the deponent here also. She files in this document this, and she relies on this very same document in this counter. What else we do we say about transparency, fairness, objectivity in the selection process. These are the people who pick up the bureaucracies for the people, and she is one of the bureaucrats who signs in 2 languages. What do we call it? Should we not take action against that particular individual who did all these things? How does she call that to be a Bible in one particular case, and how does she throw out this? And look at the manner in which she writes. Nobody is identified. We do not know who wrote it. Someone sitting in the cinema theater may have written it. Short of saying that she says everything to an academician, and she deposes there saying that the authentic book followed by the subject experts. Where are we heading to, my lord? Therefore, my submission is, this is a classic case where, as usual, my learned friend Mr. Sudhir said, we do not give the capital of Hyderabad and still say that Kalvakurti is the capital of Hyderabad. That's the obstinacy with which the Public Service Commission works. This cannot be tolerated. Then kindly see, my lord, I'll only read 2 passages from important judgments, which maybe my learned friend must have definitely referred to Samir Gupta. I'll read only 1 sentence from Samir Gupta. I don't need to trouble your lordship because we have already read it. Your lordship must have read that Samir Gupta n number of times sitting in writ petitions dealing with the great objective selections of Public Service Commission. So therefore, I will not do anything except 1 sentence from Samir Gupta, which perhaps these people must definitely know and try to adopt it. Samir Gupta, my lord, is 1983 Supreme Court. They followed it.
Yes, I heard, Mr.
I heard my learned friend Mr. Sudhir saying, quoting that also, my lord. Right, the quotation, the citation is, my lord, 1983, 4 ACC, page number 309.
Page 309.
Yes, madam. Since your lordships have already have lot of this, I don't want to trouble your lordship by giving further papers, madam.
309.
Yes, madam. I only read one sentence. This is where, my lord, we will have to somehow try to do what we will have to do. Kindly go to page number 312.
Yes.
312, my lord.
Yes.
While dealing with this, I only say this. Fourth line from the top, your lordship should get this. The High Court has accepted their contention, and that is how the Kanpur University has come to file these appeals. My lord, got it?
Yes.
There cannot be a more telling instance of Sishya Ichet Parajayam, wish for defeat from your pupil. Every teacher will be proud to say that I have lost to my student. That's what he says. But the gurus contend that the Sishyas are wrong and do not deserve to win. This is what senior censorship said, speaking for that bench in that matter. That is the case here also. We are trying to point out that you are wrong. What is, if I may call so, the importance of being my teacher, they don't want to see the logic in what I am trying to say. Then, my lord, the rest of the things I don't need to trouble your lordship. Here also the case was Hindi translation, English translation, etc. Then the second aspect, my lord, your lordship may also have to look at it from this angle. They have given a formula for the awarding marks. The formula for awarding the marks, my lord, have been shown here for the purpose of saying P is divided by, they have signed it to the counter, P divided by P minus Q into R, where P stands for number of questions originally framed minus number of questions which we have wrongly framed or wrongly given the key will be minus, and then multiplied with the answer marks which you have got. So what happens is, you make a wrong question, you make a wrong key, and I will suffer. Because your lordship, you have to do a percentage. I will not merely because I have answered a question wrong. Why should I lose this? When you have framed the mark, also I will lose it. So on both counts, I will have to lose. Is a formula which they have worked out. That in my humble submission is neither here or not there. And more importantly, because in the matter which went from this very honorable High Court, that is where my lord, my learned friend Mr. Sudhir also read this.
Yes.
My learned friend Mr. Sudhir and myself, we both were, as usual in this matter also, 2011. Where for the first time in the history of the Public Service Commission, they had to conduct a rematch with 45% marks again wrong. In the second round of litigation, when the final paper was there, again we argued the matter. The tribunal said delete those questions. The Public Service Commission came in appeal over this court, over that order before this court. His Lordship Justice Ramasubramanian, as the learned judge then was, heard the matter. Contention of my learned friend Mr. Sudhir was, if the apple is spoiled, let us cut that apple and eat it. So the portion which is good, we will eat it. That was the example which was quoted by my learned friend and said, the tribunal was perfectly right in deleting those questions. I went a step further and said, when you have a good apple in the market, why at all cut a rotten apple? Let the selections go ahead fully. Then learned division bench of the Honorable Court did not accept. I carried that matter to the Supreme Court, and his Lordship Justice, I don't remember the date, my lord, but the court said this, my lord. I quote unquote. Already the Public Service Commission has been facing enough trouble. Let us not